Hello everyone. We are starting first very important lesson of biology, that is crop production and management. Before knowing about crop production and management, just recall what we done in last class. Students, last class we got about some basic questions, British course questions we got, and also answer for that. And also we got what are all contents or syllabus or lessons present in your biology part. According to that, first very important lesson in biology, that is crop production and management. So before knowing about crop production and management, let's know what are all concepts present in this particular lesson, that is crop production and management. In this lesson, you have to know about definition for crops and also crop production, that is methods of crop production, how to manage crop production, Kharif crops, Rabi crops, plowing, irrigation system, methods of irrigation system, and also some other informations also there, storage, and also animal husbandry, some other informations are there. So before knowing about those concepts, students, you have to know definition for the particular crop. Students, different types of crops are there. Example, ragi crops are there, paddy crops are there, sugarcane crops are there, wheat crops are there, many of crops are there. So what you mean by crop like that? So crop is nothing but plants of same kind. Plants of same kind are grown and cultivated at one place on a large scale. So that is what we call as crop. Crop is nothing but same kinds of plants you have to grow and also cultivated those crops in the same land and also in a larger extent. That is what we call as crop. Students, there are two types of crops are there. They are Kharif crops, second one is Rabi crops. Kharif crops, second one is Rabi crops. So you have to know differences between Kharif crops and also Rabi crops. Students, Kharif crops are also called as rainy crops because we are growing the particular Kharif crops during rainy season only. Because of that reason, we are calling Kharif crops as that rainy crops. So rainy season usually between from June to the particular September. June to September, that is rainy season. During this season, we are growing the particular type of crops, and also those crops are commonly called as Kharif crops. Example, paddy, maize, soya bean, groundnut, cotton, some other crops also there. Similarly, Rabi crops also there. Rabi crops. So these Rabi crops are also called as winter crops because we are growing these Rabi crops during winter season only, between October to March. Between October to March, that is winter season, we are growing those crops during winter season. Because of the reason, we are calling Rabi crops as winter crops. Example, wheat, gram, pea, mustard, linseed, some other crops also there in your examination. So you have to differentiate Rabi crops and also Kharif crops. For 2 mark questions will come to your examination. Next, coming to what are the basic practices of crop production. Some of the steps are the basic steps are involving in the production of the particular crops. So first very important step, that is preparation of soil. Preparation of soil. Second one is sowing. Third one, adding manure and fertilizers. Irrigation. Protecting from weeds. Harvesting. Finally, storage. What are the main steps are involving in the production of crops or basic practices of crop production? So they are preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation, protecting from weeds, harvesting and also storage. So students, let's know one by one. So first very important step, that is preparation of soil. Preparation of soil. Students, in preparation of soil, that includes two very important processes. They are plowing and leveling. Plowing and leveling. You have to know the differences between plowing and leveling. So first very important process in preparation of soil, that is plowing or tilling. So what is plowing like that or tilling? Plowing or tilling is a process of losing and turning of the particular soil. Process of losing and turning of the soil. So that process, that is what we call as plowing or tilling. And also this process is done by using of the particular instrument, that is what we called as plow. I will show you later that picture of that plow. Similarly, plows are made of wood or iron. Plows are made up of wood or iron, and also it allows the roots to penetrate deeper easily. So why you have to lose the particular soil and also turning of that soil like that? Because of the plowing or tilling, so that the soil becomes very loose, and also that roots will penetrate easily into the soil in deeper level actually. And also in losing of the particular soil, some of the organism will grow and also to provide nutrients to the particular soil. Example for that type of organisms like that earthworm. Earthworm, that is commonly called as farmer's friend. So that earthworm that give many nutrients to the particular soil, that earthworm usually will grow in losing of the particular soil. So losing of the soil takes place by the process, that is what we call as plowing or tilling by the help of plow. And also one more very important point is, so that soil is overturned and properly aerated by plowing. So by the process that is plowing, so soil is overturned and also properly aerated by by the process, that is what we call as plowing. Similarly, so that because of that plowing, so that only a few centimeters, why we have to plow the particular soil? Because so only a few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports the particular plant growth. Only few centimeters of the top layer of the soil supports plant growth. So finally, turning and losing of soil brings the nutrient rich soil to the top, so that plants can use these nutrients. So finally, healthy development of the particular crops takes place. So this is about preparation of soil by the process, that is what we call as plowing or tilling. So that plowing takes place by the instrument that is plow. So in olden days, using that very important plow, that is wooden plow. This is the picture of that wooden plow. So this is iron plow. By using of that iron, we are using iron plow for losing of the particular soil like that. Next, coming to agricultural implements. Agricultural implements for tilling or plowing like that. So agricultural implements means some of the instruments are they, like that plow is there, hoe is there, cultivators are there. So let's know one by one. So first that implement, that tool, that is what we call as plow. So this is already we discussed about that wooden plow and also that iron plow. So in olden days, we are using the particular wooden plow for that plowing of the particular soil or losing of the particular soil. So but in nowadays, we are using that iron plow. We are using iron plow. And also, so for agricultural practices or preparation of that soil, we are using another very important instrument, that is what we called as hoe. So this is what we called as hoe. So it is a simple tool which is used for removing weeds and for losing the particular soil. For removing of the particular weeds, so weeds are the extra plants will grow and also with associated with the particular main crops, you have to remove the particular weights, so by using of the particular hoe. Similarly, cultivator also there. Cultivator nowadays, plowing is done by tractor. So plowing is done by tractor, so driven cultivator, and also the use of cultivator saves the labor and also the particular time. Labor and time will be saved that by using of the particular that plowing is done by tractor like that. Similarly, one more part of this preparation of soil, so that is leveling. So leveling, that is very important after plowing, because of that healthy development of the particular seeds or crops takes place in the particular area of that soil, so that needs some leveling actually. So leveling is a process of make soil surface in level for sowing seeds. Sowing is nothing but that is planting of the particular seeds actually. Planting of that seeds, that is what we called as plantation, that is what we called as sowing. So that sowing of seeds needs some level of soil surface that will be done by that very important process, that is leveler or leveling actually. And also that process is done by using leveler, and also that made up of wood or iron. So in olden days, so people using this wooden leveler. So nowadays we are using that iron leveler, and also by using of the tractor, so we are easy to level the particular soil. So that process, that is what we called as leveling. Next, coming to another step of that practice of crop production. So basic practices of crop production already we got about preparation of soil. Second very important step or basic practice of crop production is sowing. So sowing is nothing but that is plantation, the process of planting of the particular seeds. So before sowing or before planting of the particular seeds, so you have to select of the particular seeds actually. Selection of seeds. Why you have to select that seeds before that sowing like that? So sowing is the most important part of crop production. Before sowing, good quality seeds are selected. Good quality of seeds are selected, because so you have to select that good quality of seeds. Then only we will get good crops and also good yield from the particular area of that soil. So good quality seeds are clear and healthy seeds of a good variety. So farmers prefer to use seeds which give a higher yield actually. So after selection of that good and also healthy seeds, so next you have to ready to sowing that particular seed like that. So there are two methods are there: traditional methods of sowing and also modern method of sowing like that. So this is traditional method of sowing. So this is olden method. So in a traditional method of sowing, so that is very important. So this is a picture you have to see. So here, so that farmers using that one funnel, and also that tool used traditionally for sowing seeds is shaped like a funnel. The seeds are filled into that particular funnel, and also later passed down through 2 or 3 pipes having sharp ends. These ends so finally, so that traveling into the soil and also place seeds there as well. So this is about traditional method of sowing. So through the particular funnel, seeds will be filled, and also that while plowing, seeds will go down, and also that reaches the particular soil. So this method, that is what we call as traditional method of sowing like that. Similarly, modern method is there, that is seed drill. Modern method of sowing, that is seed drill. So this is the instrument, so that is seed drill. By using of the tractor, so we can do this method of sowing. So seed drill used for sowing with the help of tractors, and also by using of the seed drill, seeds are uniformly at equal distance, and also that depth and all. Similarly, so by using of this seed drill, so seeds get covered by the soil after sowing and all. So the after plantation, soil should be covered on the on the particular seeds, so then only we will get what a good deal from that. Otherwise that birds will come and also eat the particular seeds, so finally you won't get any yield from that actually. So seeds get covered by the soil after sowing, so finally that protects seeds from eaten by birds. Finally that saves time and also the particular labor. So this is about modern method of sowing and all. Next, coming to that adding of manure and also fertilizers. So first step, that is preparation of soil. Already we prepared the particular soil for that crop production. After preparation, so you have to sowing, so plantation of the particular seeds in the particular area of that soil. So that third very important step, so after sowing of that seeds, you have to add the particular manure and also fertilizers for healthy development of the particular seeds and all. So why you have to add manure and also fertilizers? So it's continuous growing of that crops in the same land, so that soil will lose their fertility or lose their nutrients like that. So for that reason, we have to increase that fertility or nutrients in that area of that soil. Because of that reason, we have to add that manure and also fertilizers. That manure and also fertilizers both are involving in the increasing of that fertility of that soil. So finally, that increases that nutrients in that soil, so that crops will absorb that nutrients. Finally, we will get what? Good yield from that area of that soil. So adding manure and fertilizers, substances added as nutrients to soil for healthy growth of plants, are called manure or fertilizers. Manure or fertilizers are the substances are added to the particular soil and also that contain some of the nutrients and also that involving in the increasing of that nutrients in that soil. So finally, so that crops will absorb that those nutrients. So finally, healthy development of crops takes place. So let's know what are the main differences between fertilizers and also manure. What are the main differences between fertilizers and also manure? So that is very very important. So that fertilizers usually, so that man-made inorganic salt. So fertilizers are the man-made inorganic salt. What about that manure? So manure is a natural substance obtained by the decomposition of that cattle, decomposition of cattle dung and also plant residues actually. So usually the fertilizers obtaining from that man-made inorganic salt and also we are manufacture that fertilizers in factories only. What about that manure? Manure is obtained, naturally obtained from the, so that decomposed product of that cattle dung, human waste and also plant residues, and also we are preparing that manure in a fields and all. Similarly, so usually the fertilizers does not provide humus to the particular soil. Humus to that soil. What about that manure? That provides lot of humus to the particular soil. Humus means that some healthy like that. Similarly, so that fertilizers is very rich in nitrogen, phosphorus, and also potassium. Those that plants usually need that very important nutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, and also potassium. So these nutrients are very rich in the particular fertilizers. There are two types of fertilizers, are the biofertilizers and also chemical fertilizers. Biofertilizers usually in the form of that microorganisms. Those microorganisms are involving in the increasing of nutrients in that soil, so that not affect to that any damage to that soil and all. But in case of chemical fertilizers, that is very dangerous to that soil, that provide that nutrients but those fertilizers are manufactured by using of chemicals only, so that chemical destroy that soil organisms, so later so that soil losing their fertility, so finally won't get that good yield from that area of that soil. So fertilizers very rich in nitrogen, phosphorus and also potassium, but in case of manure is relatively less rich in plant nutrients, relatively less richer in plant nutrients. So these are the basic differences between fertilizers and also manures. Okay, I will show you a few videos related to types of crops, particularly rabi crops, and also one more type of that crop, that is kharif crops, and also one more video related to basic practices of crops production, in that preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizers. I hope all of you enjoy those videos.
Hello there. Welcome to Science for Juniors. I am SRK and she is my lab assistant Binny. Today we will talk about the types of crops and their protection.
Oh, you mean we are going to talk about farm and farmhouses today?
Binny, farmhouses seem to catch your attention a lot.
Not a lot. But actually, I went to my cousin's village and stayed at the farmhouse.
So did you find time to see the farms, or you chose to stick to the farmhouse only?
Oh yes, I saw some wheat farms. The wheat seeds. I saw when the farmers were putting them in gunny bags. They shined like gold.
You went there in March or April?
Yes. How do you know that?
Oh, it is simple. Wheat is a rabi crop which is harvested in March and April, and you said...
1 minute, Professor. I cannot understand what you're saying. I mean, what is a rabi crop and...
Okay, let's take your questions one by one. In India, there are 2 seasons for cultivating crops, and rabi is one of them. Why don't we enter the virtual world to learn about this in detail? In this module, you will learn about types of crops and the ways to protect the crops. In our country, we have 2 main seasons for cultivating crops: the Kharif season and the Rabi season. The Kharif crop is sowed in the months of June and July. These crops are harvested at the end of monsoon. Sowing of rabi crops is done at the onset of winter, that is between October and December. These crops are harvested during March and April. Wheat is a rabi crop, whereas paddy is an example of Kharif crop.
Oh, now I understand how you knew that I went there in March, April.
See? It was simple. You know, plowing is a very key procedure in the process of cultivating crops and...
Professor, we were talking about agricultural practices?
Yes, I know, my dear, and I was talking about that only.
Oh, but you were talking about plowing.
Yes, plowing. The farmers prepare the soil by plowing it before sowing the seeds. And these procedures like plowing, sowing, harvesting... I guess it's time to enter the virtual world to help you understand this in more detail. And my friends there, I bet you should pay attention on this. Now let us learn about various agricultural practices involved in crop production. The soil is prepared for cultivation. It involves plowing and leveling of soil. The primary objective is to turn over the upper layer of the soil, bringing fresh nutrients to the surface. Plowing is done using either a wooden or an iron plow. Seeds are sown in the prepared soil by manually scattering them on the field. This method is called broadcasting. A farmer generally uses a combination of manure and fertilizers to improve crop yield. Artificial supply of water to crop plants for their nourishment is called irrigation. It can be done by water from wells, canals, or waterways. Weeds are unwanted plants that grow among the crop plants and compete for nutrients. Weeding is done manually with the help of a trowel or by using a harrow. While harvesting, crops are cut using a sickle or a mechanical harvester. The process of loosening the edible seeds from inedible chaff is called threshing. Grains are completely separated from the chaff by a process called winnowing. It is the process of cleaning and shifting the seeds from inedible matter. The harvested grains are usually dried in open sun. Grains are weighed and stowed in gunny bags and transported to godowns. Binny, have you heard that proverb? A healthy mind resides in a healthy body.
Yes, but weren't we discussing agriculture?
Oh dear, you should develop some patience. Yes, what I was saying was, like a healthy mind resides in a healthy body, similarly, healthy seeds are very important for healthy crops.
Oh.
Let me show you how to separate healthy seeds from unhealthy seeds. We need to leave them undisturbed for some time. Observe these seeds carefully. Do you notice something?
Yes, some of the seeds have settled down at the bottom of the beaker, while some are floating on the surface of the water.
Correct! The grains at the bottom are healthy, and while the ones floating at the water surface are damaged by insects. This is because grains that are damaged by insects tend to be lighter and float on the surface. Healthy grains are heavier and settle down at the bottom.
Oh, then these damages must be costing the farmers a lot. How do they prevent crops being damaged?
That's a very important question. Let's take this in detail. A large part of the crops produced are destroyed by insects, pests, and birds. So to reduce the wastage, crops need to be protected from them. You must have seen those tough, human-like figures in the crop fields. They are scarecrows. They help to keep away the bird from eating the grains. Farmers use special chemicals called pesticides or insecticides to destroy the crop pests. Nowadays, such chemicals are used extensively to minimize the loss incurred by crop pests. But do you know the extensive use can be harmful for human beings too? Grains, fruits and vegetables have a coating of these pesticides. It is therefore important to wash them before use to save oneself from their poisonous effect. You know, these days, natural environment-friendly weedicides called bioweedicides are being used by many farmers.
Bioweedicides?
Bioweedicides use organisms such as fungi and bacteria to destroy weeds.
Oh, that's smart.
Yes. Now tell me, what do you know about green manures?
Professor, today I realize my knowledge in the field of agriculture is not really up to the mark. So please enlighten me.
Do you know that green manure is a type of cover crop grown primarily to add nutrients and organic matter to the soil? Green manure crop is grown and then plowed under and incorporated into the soil.
Oh, but what are their key characteristics?
The green manure crop should possess some desirable characteristics like it should have profuse leaves and a rapid growth early in its life cycle. It should have abundance and succulent tops. Green manure should be capable of making a good stand on poor and exhausted soils. They should have a deep root system.
And what advantages do they offer?
Different green manures offer different advantages. Some green crops like alfalfa have deep roots and thus they are used to break up and loosen compact soil. Similarly, green manures like the legumes, clover and vetch have the ability to grab nitrogen from the air and eventually release it into the soil through their roots. They increase crop yield. Now it's time to revise the key points of what all we have learned in today's session. Binny and you, my friends sitting there, I want you all to pay attention. Let's revise what we have learned today. There are two main cultivating seasons in India: Kharif and Rabi season. Kharif crops are sown in the month of June and July and are harvested at the end of monsoon. Paddy is an example of a Kharif crop. Rabi crops are sown at the onset of winter, that is during October and December, and are harvested in March and April. Wheat is a Rabi crop. The various agricultural practices which are employed during cultivation of crops are preparation of soil, sowing, manuring, irrigation, weeding, crop protection, harvesting, threshing, separation and storage. Scarecrows are used to protect crops from birds. Pesticides are used to kill crop pests.
And I thought cooking the food is what takes so much effort. But imagine how much effort goes in growing those crops which we use as our food.
True, so now when you have your lunch and dinner, you will know what a long process the food has gone through to reach that plate of yours. Haha.
Professor?
And you know...
Professor!
Oh yes, so that's all for today from me and Binny. Hope you had fun. Now it's time for me to take some rest. But you keep exploring the wonders of science.
Cultivation of crops. In this module, you will learn about the process of cultivation of crops. Cultivation is the process of growing crops in fields. A variety of crops such as rice, wheat and mustard are grown in India. Crops are cultivated in a step-by-step method. The steps of cultivation are preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, use of manure and fertilizer, irrigation and protection of crop. Let us discuss each step in detail. The top layer of soil is turned over by the plough. This brings the nutrients up to the topsoil. Thus, when the plants are sown, they can use these nutrients for their growth. The seeds must be sown at a proper distance from one another. This allows each plant to get sufficient sunlight, nutrients and water. Gobar khad, urea, nitrates and phosphates are a few examples of the fertilizers and manures used by farmers. There are several methods by which fields can be irrigated. Some examples are sprinkle system, drip system, tube well and center pivot irrigation system. Pests and insects such as locusts and leaf hoppers are a big menace for crops. Various chemicals called insecticides and pesticides are sprayed by farmers to remove them. Apart from insects and pests, unwanted plants known as weeds also grow with the crops. These weeds compete with the crops for nutrients, sunlight and water. So, these two must be removed from the fields. Fields must be protected from grazers too. Grazing animals like goat, cow and buffalo must not be allowed to enter the crop fields, as they can destroy the entire crop and decrease the crop yield. In this module you have learned: cultivation is the process of growing crops in fields. Steps involved in the process of cultivation are preparation of soil, sowing of seeds, adding manure and fertilizers, irrigation and crop protection. Farmers prepare the soil by ploughing the field with the help of plough or tractor. Healthy and good quality seeds are sown to increase the yield of crop. Manures and fertilizers increase the fertility and nutritional value of the soil. Fields must be regularly irrigated to promote crop growth. The fields must be protected from pests, insects, weeds and grazers.
Okay students, I hope all of you enjoyed those videos. Okay students, today we got about agricultural practices, basic practices of crop production, preparation of soil, sowing, adding manure and fertilizer. Students, I will give you two homework questions. First one, you have to differentiate between manure and fertilizers, and also you have to differentiate between Rabi crops and Kharif crops. Continue in the next class. Thank you so much.